Thank you for that question. So I would say with racism, it's like the tool for the ruling class to try and divide the workers. And that's what it's there for, to have people fight amongst each other instead of uniting and fighting against the bosses. And even just the other day, I was at a panel that was being held in Bushwick by the G Rebels organization. And that was centered on decolonizing the hood. And that was both in the context of fighting it back against racism as well as decolonizing the mind. Because one of the other effects racism has on people is it can also be internalized and then used even amongst different people of color to fight against themselves. And that's what it's there for, to keep dividing people into smaller and smaller groups. And the solution to that, as with many other forms of oppression, is solidarity. Because by fighting and working with each other and struggling with each other, that's what's going to bring us together and unite us together. Because even some of the people at that meeting, and that was a meeting that was organized by people of color, intended for people of color, to have that conversation amongst themselves and to work through these issues. And so, even then, it's having solidarity, because even the example of the new school, where you have the cafeteria workers, are people of black and brown people, and there you have the student workers not allowing the school to have that two-tier system to try and divide them. They weren't going to have that. They were going to unite and fight back against that racism. And even, I'm sure many of you here have seen before, we had a film screening called Pride, wherein miners striking in Wales, and you had LGBTQ folks who wanted to raise money for solidarity to support them. And even at that time, the striking miners, they didn't even want that money, but by those LGBTQ folks struggling, working together, they were able to break down those barriers. And that's what we have to do with racism. Fight back against it, solidarity.